Who you get married to is one of the most important decisions you will ever make in your entire life. Which is why it's so important to include God in that decision. Because when we don't include God in that decision, we welcome unnecessary warfare, unnecessary struggles that God never called you to go through. Now, let's take it a little bit deeper. There are things your family's bloodline did before you were even born. And there are things your spouse's bloodline did before they were even born. And then there are things that you did. And then there are things that your spouse did. But everything you've done that was in or outside of God's will includes a spirit or spirits. Now, familial spirits are the spirits in your bloodline that understand everything your bloodline did, everything your spouse's bloodline did. And sometimes the familial spirits in you and the familial spirit in your spouse is what you are even attracted to. You may not even be attracted to your spouse. It may be the unclean spirit within you attracted to the unclean spirit within them, and that is your bond. Those two unclean spirits. You ever hear of people say, oh, they got married and all of a sudden, like the minute they got married, their spouse switched up. It was a complete switched up. Like, what happened? We were good. What happened? Because the enemy is patient. That familiar spirit will lay dormant until you get married, because the goal was to get married into your bloodline. Because when you get married, you are one. It is one covenant. You are one. So that familiar spirit will lay dormant while you're dating 3, 4 years, 5 years, sometimes longer. But the minute you get married, they switch up. They're not switching up. It's just that the familiar spirit within them fully manifested after the marriage, because that was the goal. And then now you're stuck with someone you do not recognize, because you never recognized them to begin with, because you never included God in your decision to get married to this individual. Now, God uses everything for the greater good. God uses everything for the greater good. It's the same thing when you leave your ex or something, and then you see your ex after some time after you've healed, and you're like, what did I even see this person? What did I even see in this person? Because the healed version of you cannot recognize the unhealed version of who you used to be. Because your ex is a reflection of an unhealed version of you. So take it back to God, because God will give you clarity. God will be like, that is a familiar spirit. And you are connecting yourself to the familiar spirit within them. Back on up. Maybe back on up and receive your deliverance, or back on up and back on out. One of the two. But ask God to give you clarity about the person He would like for you to get married to. And if you're already in a marriage, sometimes, God is a relational God. Sometimes all He wants you to do is rededicate your marriage back to Him. And He'll help you with that deliverance, or the deliverance you need. But the biggest decision of your life, marriage, include God. I hope this helps somebody, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Bye-bye.